I, I don't want to. I don't want to throw stingers at Biden. I don't want to. I don't even feel like cracking jokes about that, about him. But what I woke up this morning to was somewhere in the Democratic National Headquarters, one person walks up to another one and says, "Hey, the fuck were you thinking? What were you thinking? Putting him out there like that? It's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's on your mind?" Um, I hope that wasn't too mean spirited. I'll tell you what happened. Trump tweeted about me a couple of times, and of course, my phone blew up, and people were delighted and amazed and in awe, and kept saying, "What is it like to be tweeted about by American president?" And that was never my first thought. My first thought was that Vlad Putin knows my name. I hate to say that like that, but there are world leaders who are hostile to our country who know my name now, and it made a difference to me. You know, I I'm afraid of some of that group that support him. They scare me. I don't have money. I mean, I've got enough money to live and pay my medical bills and go to lunch once in a while. But I don't have enough money to make myself and my family secure. And they hurt people and they don't mind doing it. If you think of the synagogue in Pittsburgh, if you think of the January 6th riots, what I told people at Politicon um, all these years ago was I'd studied the guy and I would say, and I told them, don't take him lightly. Don't take him lightly. He's capable of taking all your stuff from you, and it became so popular at the time to make fun of everyone. You could go to any cocktail party you wanted. You could make fun of Donald Trump and ha ha ha, he's goofy, he's got an orange face and his hair is weird as hell and he's dopey and he never really went to college and he's not smart and get a big laugh, you know. I was standing there in the hotel in Pasadena watching people get laughs among reporters. You're laughing at this guy, and that's his game. It is his game. I was talking to Nicole Wallace, and not that I hang out with her. I happened to be at 30 Rock and she was there, and I felt that Trump's spirit animal is a praying mantis because he will fake something to make you believe something. He doesn't have any problem doing that. It's all, in boxing they have head feint, right? With him, it's all a head feint. You know, we all love to crack jokes about dumb Donald Trump and his dopey hair and how much he misstates the truth. We all like to make jokes about it. Like I said, it's an automatic joke at a cocktail party, and I don't think it should be anymore because look where we are now. We're in a place where he has all these indictments. He's a convicted felon, but the January 6th trial somehow will get delayed until after the election. How did he pull that off? He manages to enlist the most powerful people in the world to help him, including Supreme Court, members of the Supreme Court. How does he do that? And I ask the question again, is cunning not a form of intelligence? Right? Praying mantis is the right spirit for him. This guy knows how to do a head fake, right? And I wonder, when I was doing him on SNL, he was asking me to come to his office, and I went in his office a couple of times. Yeah, me and Steve Higgins, producer from SNL, we went in his office a couple of times, and it was tremendously entertaining, and found him to be surprisingly curious about us. When the cameras weren't rolling, he was just sitting there like dudes talking. It was just a different scene. And I try to tell the story to people, and people hate me for saying it, especially my Republican friends. how hard he worked and how much energy he had. So regardless of whether or not he was all over the place last night, regardless of not whether he was telling the truth, the bar was low. He just had to stay on his feet and show it, have energy, and he won.